Right, so now I'm going to move on to Freeman Street now. Okay, I'm also on the corner of Strand Street and Freeman Street, and this shop here was called Drake's. The bottom window was covered up with their sign. There was a long sign down there saying the name on it. So yeah, that one was called Drake's. Right, so I'm stood on the corner of Kent Street and Freeman Street. Now that shop there used to be Maggie's, okay, and the first two bay windows up there, that one was Middleton's, and the next two ones across is an antique shop, and there's one I can't even see the words on it very well, but in between that, where it says flats, that was a club. Now up in these windows there it said Q Club. I'm assuming it means snooker, so if anybody could tell me that'd be great. I'll just point that out again in a moment, and then just there, look. I'm coming up to where Curry's and Number Records was. Okay, we're walking up there now, and Curry's was in here, where this place is. Okay, and next to it, in here, or it's this now, there, that, Umber Records was, not Umberside, could have been, but this is where Umber Records was, yeah, in there, right next to Curry's. Okay, so I've now come up to Harrison's, which has still bears the name on it as well, and the sign up there. I'll tell you a bit more of that as we walk along. Okay, as I've just shown you there, the Harrison's newsagent. And well, it was owned, first of all, by J.M. Turney Limited, tobacconists. Now apparently there's a few of them around Grimsby, okay? And they started off in 1893. And it was there for 82 years to 1975. Then it was took over by Harrison's News, and they was there for over 50 years. Now it still bears its name, as you can see from the video I've just taken. Yeah, so that was there a long time. Okay, so I'm now stood outside the shop, which used to be Woolworths. Okay, and also there was a cafe in there, for any of you who all remember that one. All right, then later this became Mad Harry's. Okay, he took it over not long after it closed, actually, in the same year. Okay, the shop behind me there, which was next to Woolworths, used to be called the Imperial, and this is obviously the new YMCA place. Okay, so before that it was a Tesco supermarket, okay, and then it became on the 5th of November 1983 Mad Harry's discount stores I've just been telling you about on this corner. And then later House of Holland, and that was the last thing that was on here, the House of Holland, obviously demolished not that long ago to build this. Okay, and just a note, Mad Harry's first started off in Immingham in 1974, and he was also on Freeman Street Market as well. Okay, the next shop we're going to take a look at is Marks and Spencer's, very well known. Okay, and I've got a picture, so obviously for copyright reasons I can't put on, but it's Marks and Spencer's Penny Bazaar on Victoria Street, which is in Top Town. Okay, I'll try and find out exactly where it was. Well, that's where that was, and then it came here onto Freeman Street. Okay, they moved on to Freeman Street on Friday. Well, it moved on, obviously they had to build it first, but it did open on Friday, August the 15th, 1930 at 10 AM. Okay, and I'll go around the front and I'll show you what's there now. It's obviously changed a different shop, and they did move from here, and there still is one in Top Town, which I'll do in a later video. Okay, so let's go and have a look at where Marks and Spencer's was. Marks and Spencer's was in there. I'm now on Garibaldi Street, the corner of Freeman Street, and this shop here, if I remember rightly, used to be called the Baker's Oven. The corner of Duncan Street now and Freeman Street. And behind me, this shop here, this big one, used to be Rayner's. This used to be Sutherland's fish and chip shop restaurant. It's on another video before, but Freeman Street was formerly known as Straight Street, and it used to be very, very busy, mainly on Saturdays and probably most of the week as well. And there's lots of things you could do down here way back. I mean, obviously fish and chip shops, clothes shops, furniture shops. You can go to the theatre, the Prince of Wales, which is obviously now gone. You could watch a film as well, which is across the road. It used to be called the Regal, which is now a skate park, which I've done on previous videos. But there's everything you could do down here, lots of things. Okay, this shop here, this used to be William Lyons Jewellery. Okay, and behind that shutter under there, it does actually say it as you go through the door. But yeah, this is the location of William Lyons. Many shops down Freeman Street, absolutely loads of them. And as you can see there, that's an old shop there. Jewellery, loads of things down here. So I'm still on Freeman Street, and just here where this was, or where this is, with George Glenton's Bakery and Confectionery. Up to the corner of Wellington Street and Freeman Street. And this shop here, this one, is an Uber place now. Let me stand back. There's an Uber place now, this. And this used to be Curly's. Okay, and they used to sell toys and gifts and fancy goods from what I've read, yeah. So this is on the corner of Wellington Street and Freeman Street. Here, this cafe used to be Joe's Fish and Chips. It used to be Thomas's. I used to love their bread, it's absolutely gorgeous in there. Yeah, that was Thomas's. Moving down to a well-known shop down here called Moyes's. Now this is where we all came to get our prams, pushchairs, etc. from. Yeah, and it started here in 1900, and obviously it sadly closed on the 3rd of April 2021, which isn't that long ago, so it was here 120 years. Okay, so yeah, this was it here. Now coming up on this one, Boys. This has been here a long time as well. I'll tell you a bit more about that as we move along. Okay, so Boys came to Grimsby in 1956, and it celebrated its 60th year in August 2016. So obviously it's been there a lot longer than that now, because we're now on 2023. Behind me, as you can see, is the market. Okay, this has been here since 1883. It started off as obviously not covered like that, just market stores like you would see when you have farmers markets, etc. This has been here a long time. Obviously changed a lot as well over the years. In there you see broken biscuits. I don't think they'll do that anymore. The P-Bunk's still there, obviously that's been there a long time as well. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so across the road there, that shop was the Star Tea Company, 17 Freeman Street, that is. The monarchs of cash traders, it says, and the photo I've got was in the 1900s, so yeah, it was in there. Okay, so the picture you're looking at there is a shop all in one. Okay, so where all the blue bits are, or the blue frames if you like, that's where Turner's Bakers was. And it's the oldest shop in the street, Freeman Street, established in 1876. Okay, now the shop on the corner with the, you can see the pillars there at the side of it, like the grey colour, that was Radio Rentals. Okay, so that's where them shops were. Okay, we're coming up to the White Bear now. This is in the original place, it's the old one. Okay, so to the left of this door, this would be on the corner where that brick is, you would be on the corner of Albert Street. Okay, and I'm going to go a bit further up and I'll show you, mention some other shops that was in this area before you got there. Okay, where the Freeman Way Shopping Centre was built, many shops were lost, including 2 pubs as well. The shops were the Little Dustpan, James Duke Limited, Claridge, H. Molson, Fairless the Fishmongers, and next to that I think was a newsagent or tobacco shop, as the sign above says Capstan, a cigarette brand. Next is a pub, not sure of its name, could it be one of many because there was a few down that street, Albert Street, which it's on basically on the corner of. Okay, across the road, Albert Street, the White Bear Hotel was. Sadly, all of these shops, pubs and that was demolished quite a while ago to build, well, what's on there now. It's sorry about the crudity of the, well, the words are there, but that's roughly what the shops were down there before it all got demolished, and I think that was built on top of it. Okay, so let's move on. And that one there, that used to be the Little Amsterdam, if any of you remember that one. There's something else, a little bit of things. Anybody remember the yellow helicopter park down here, roughly where I am now? When they made it, pedestrianised it, as they call it. I remember that being down here, roughly in, yeah, it was in this area here. The yellow helicopter. There you go. Okay, so walking a bit further up down Freeman Street now, and we're coming up to where was the Freeman Street Shopping Centre. Okay, this here I already done it on previous on this video, a bit further back. Used to be the House of Holland was. Okay, but from just here, this was basically the start of the Freeman Street shopping centre, and there was all shops all along here. It went that way, sort of right to the back. Some of it is still here, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I'll just name some of the shops that we're going to be walking up to, or just walking past shortly, which is around about this area where the camera is. You've got the Green Shield, you got the Rent Granada, remember that one? The Job Centre, and that Dave Boylan's sports shop. I think he was a town football player. Okay, so they was all in this area. So let's move on a bit further. And there used to be a great big tower there, Freeman House. I was saying there was a fish and chip shop down there as well, and it also sold wet fish and everything else like that, but it was really nice. Their fish cakes was lovely, made properly, but that was in there too. And right, where I'm stood roughly now is where the tower was. Like I was saying, Freeman House it was called. That was all in here, but now all sadly flattened. And if you was to look down there, and they've all gone too, you'd be able to see the flats. Well, sadly they've all gone as well, so everything seems to disappear, but all that's left of this is these. These used to be right outside it, these lamp posts there. I don't know, but all that's left now is this bit here. Okay, so I mentioned one sports shop. There's another one called Harry Wayman's Sports. Okay, that was also in this area before you got to the tower. Okay, so where the Green Shield shop was, it was well in there, it changed to Period Designs. Okay, and that was up that way. Now up here, this side, Boots is still where it is. That never moved. And there was also the Wimpy in one of these as well. There's a Wimpy down here, yeah. There's quite a few things that have, you know, come and gone. Obviously this is still here, but names have changed. Yeah, the Wimpy was down here. Also H. Samuels as well. And one or two others. Okay, a bit further down Freeman Street now. And that shop there, the one with the red shutters, that was Leonard's at one time. And then later it was Heron's. Okay, so if we go across the road, that shop on the corner there, I shall tell you what that was in a moment. On Albert Street West now, and that shop across there used to be the Catchlight Studio. Also, it was a Greenwood's as well. If we go a bit further around, there we go. Yeah, there's that one. The shop next to it, which is this here. This used to be the Army Stores. The shop across there, the Age one, that used to be Stead and Simpson's. That one used to be Cables. Okay. Now that one across there, I mentioned it before, it was a baker's oven of some kind, but this Period Design has been in a few places down here. Okay, so in there used to be a shop called Super Save, and I believe also as Quick Save was in there as well. So yeah, that's where they was. Okay, so I'm now stood on Garibaldi Street, corner of Freeman Street, and in there was a really big shop, really good looking shop. It was massive. It ran all the way down there to where that ends, at the top there. And it was the Great Grimsby Cooperative Social Building on Freeman Street, okay? Well, it says there, but it was massive. It also, they did everything in there according to what I've read. But yeah, that's where that was, the Great Grimsby Cooperative. And the entrance to it was there, right on that corner. So I'm looking at a picture of it, obviously copyright reasons. But yeah, that's where that was. I'm just gonna turn this around, but the market there, now, first of all, it never had a roof on. I'm going to mention it further up this video, just like your farmer's market, set up and then take it all down and go home. Okay, and it's just a space. Well, they started the construction of the market, putting a roof on it, on the 10th of November 1958, and obviously it's had a roof on it ever since. Okay, so the shop behind me, this one, this used to be Yale's. I remember going in there, looking straight through here, and looking at the skateboards in that very window just down there. And they also had the shop next door as well, this one here. So they had quite a big choice of stuff. There was these sell toys and all sorts in, and it was, you know, sports goods and that, but it does say sports on it, and the one next door must have been the toy one. But yeah, this is where Yale's was. Okay, so I'm across the road from the Angel there. Now next to it there was a shop, and I can't, if I'm saying this wrong I apologise. I think it says Mellis or Mellis, M-E-L-I-A-S Limited, and it was next to the Angel where the camera's pointing now. There was another shop I found, but I can't honestly find where it is. There's no number for it, and I wish there was. And it was called the Chelsea Inn men's shop. Now, I don't exactly know what part of Freeman Street that was on, because there's no dates and I got no number for it. But yeah, well, that was down here too. Right, so where I'm stood now, on here, so across the road from the lights, Wellington Street behind me, used to be a shop on here, which is now a car park. Surprise. Used to be called Clive Reed's, okay? And across the road there, that's obviously now a dojo. That used to be called Regency Carpets. And I know in between that it was a video shop as well, but yeah, that's where Regency Carpets was. Okay, that shop across the road there used to be Charlie Perrett's Limited Music Store. Okay, and it first came to Freeman Street on May the 1st, 1935. Going down here, on this side of the road, going that way, in here you had the Grimsby Golf Centre, next to it the Arts and Crafts Centre, and I think I mentioned this before, in there used to be the Freeman Fish Restaurant, which used to call it Joe's. I don't know why, but I think it was Joe's. And on the corner here, this big building, I'm going to go across the road, but that big building there, on the corner, that used to be called True Carpets. And here, around the corner here, was Weston's the Chemist, which was round about here, okay. And then next to it called the Grimsby Transmission Company. And now later it became whatever that is. And also, in here, after Weston's had gone, and before it was called what it is now, it was called Pro Nutcher. And it obviously went round the corner here, and I mentioned Moyes before, earlier on the video. So, okay, let's go a bit further. Okay, so, this in front of me here, this used to be a shop called Smarts. It's the road there, that jewellery store, that's been there a long time as well. I'll just go across. So you can see the three baubles there, that indicates that is a pawn shop. So yeah, this used to be a pawn shop as well in its time. Okay, this shop with the blue shutters on it, this used to be a shop called Hardy's, and it's right near to where Rayner's was, which is up there. Okay, so let's move on. The shop behind me, which is this, and also I've just mentioned was Rayner's. Okay, before it was a shop or became a shop, it was the Joseph Curry Hall of Science, and it opened in October 1873. So that's what this was before it even ever became a shop of some kind. This blue shop here, this used to be Beeson's, and the picture I'm looking at, or the date, is 1967. So in there used to be Beeson's. They used to sell furnitures and decorating supplies. Okay, this shop here was called Swan, S-W-A-N-N. And as I'm zooming in now, look, that block there, that was actually in the picture I was looking at. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so where Wilco's is today, before it was Wilco, that was a fine fair, and it's on the corner of Church Street going out onto Freeman Street. Okay, so we've come to the end of another video. I'd like to thank all my new members to the channel. Welcome. I'd like to thank all you for watching my content. I really do appreciate it. It really does help my channel. And on that note, I will see you all next time on the next video. Bye for now.